Merry Christmas, Colonel.
Same to you. Do come in, Reverend Mother. And thank you for your smile. I've missed it for a long time. And all that time I've been trying to muster up enough courage to ask for your forgiveness.
No, I must ask you to forgive me. You did your duty as you saw it, and my behavior to you was not Christian. I have been asking for forgiveness in my prayers, and it has been granted.
I'm tremendously happy we're friends again. Come, do sit down over here.
Oh, what a handsome young man. Is it your son? You told me about your daughter, but you never spoke of your son.
That's my son, Reverend Mother.
Where is he?
I have his last letter right here, if you'd care to read it.
I do not read very well the English, particularly when it's by handwriting.
Well, the first part is not important. Yes. I know how you feel about religious forms and ceremonies, and I haven't much use for them myself. But the thing that lies behind them is a different matter. What I want to tell you is that I've come to believe in God. Absolutely with no reservations. I've talked it over with some of the best chaps in my squadron, and we all feel the same. So yesterday I joined the church. I'm afraid this will be rather a shock to you, but I hope you'll find it in your heart to write and tell me that it won't make any difference to our affection and the comradeship which has always meant so much to me. Then he mentions about the big drive.
It's a beautiful letter.
The day after, I got a telegram saying he'd been shot down over Germany.
What can I say?
Nothing. I have your sympathy, Reverend Mother, and I find more comfort in that than in all the empty religious platitudes my son embraced before he was killed.
I can only pray that God in his infinite mercy will bring peace to your soul.
God in his infinite mercy. Excuse me, Reverend Mother. Nicobar here. Brigadier Catlock Wright. But the Russians can't do that. Well, who do they think they are? I like their...
Something is wrong?
The Russians are sending a trainload of refugees of some kind into the Aspang station. And I've got to go out there on a freezing cold Christmas Eve and screen them for subversive activities.
Colonel, I would like to be riding with you in the car to the station.
Yeah, well, you can't. Rule 3, Austrian civilians may not ride in military vehicles.
All you have to do is look in the streets of Vienna. You'll find dozens of beautiful young Austrian civilians riding around in military vehicles.
All right, Reverend Mother, you win.
Maria Bulin escaped while being returned to Moscow.
I cannot say that I am sorry. I'm glad she escaped.
Nicobar here. Oh, yes, Lieutenant Romansky. Just a minute. For you, Colonel.
Yo. Полковник Пеньев. Да. Спасибо. Спасибо. Colonel Nicobar, you were at the Aspang station tonight?
Yes, on the instructions of my brigadier to inspect a train, security reasons.
You, Reverend Mother, you were there also, eh?
To perform any act of mercy, I was able to.
I was wondering if Maria Buren came back to Vienna on a train tonight. Reverend Mother, has she again taken refuge in this convent?
She is not here.
Has she been here?
Not since the last time when you took her away.
The last time I asked you if she was here, you said I should search your convent. You told me a lie.
There was no untruth on my part. It was my Christian duty to give her sanctuary.
And whatever you are saying now is also your Christian duty?
Colonel Piniev, aren't you substituting bad wit for good manners?
You also lied to me about Maria Bulin.
Isn't this a new role for you to assume, defender of the truth?
I am speaking the truth.
The truth? You told me that Maria Bulin was wanted only as a great artist, to be returned in triumph to your opera house. Was that the truth?
I am a soldier. I obey my general's orders.
Yeah, well, I dislike being immodest, but I carry some small mark of being a soldier myself. And when your general asks for my cooperation and then doesn't dare tell me the truth, the real truth, I begin to question the virtue of that kind of cooperation.
You seek many quick answers, eh? For not cooperating?
Well, you seem determined to be quite disagreeable.
And you, Colonel Nicobar, seem determined to discuss my bad manners and not the issue. This, of course, is a habit that you adopt from your environment. Also, you speak about truth. When your Western democracies fight wars, they say they are fighting to make the world safe for other people. But all the time it is about oil. Oil. And imports and exports.
And what do you fight wars about?
Eh? Perhaps the same, but when we are fighting about oil, we say we are fighting about oil. We speak the truth.
Colonel, this mantle of nobility would look better if your country had told her people the truth about this war. Of the British and the Americans who died bringing Russia the guns and the planes and the ammunition with which she fought the Germans. If Russia would tell her people the truth about today, how Russia is creating fear and hate in other countries.
Hate? Your Christian democracies also practice hate, in spite of your doctrines of Jesus Christ. We are realistic. We say religion is the opium of the people. And it is this realism that gives us the strength that makes you fear us so much. Полковник Пенье. Прекрасно, Lieutenant Tomansky. I have just received positive word that Maria Bulan was on a train. And she was not placed with the others in your British DP camp. And you two, friends of hers, were absent half the night.
You know all manner of things, don't you, Colonel?
Oh, yes. Therefore, I will not bother to ask you any more questions. Good night, Reverend Mother. Good night, Colonel Nicobar. Oh, do my manners please you now?
Colonel, how safe is our little Maria Bulan at Dunstad?
Perfectly safe until the Russians find out where she is.
I would have been proud to answer Colonel Pinyev myself, but I was too happy to interrupt when you did it for me.
Answering Colonel Pinyev on communism is one thing. That's my can, and I'll carry it. But please don't think I was defending your church or any other church.
Because of your son?
Because of many things. What happened to my boy, those pitiful people on that train tonight, Maria Bulan, all the tragic things that are happening all around us. The war is over, and yet the horror and the cruelty go on, and the church official Christianity permits it.
I'm glad of this opportunity. Official Christianity will answer you.
Reverend Mother, I know all the answers. I've heard or read them all 100 times, and I'm not satisfied. What I would need is something new, something I can apply to my own life. Look, Reverend Mother, there are millions of simple men like me who are not official Christians, but yet they believe in God, and they're shocked by what they see in this tragic world. Nicobar here. No, Colonel Pinyev is just gone. Forget all that's been said, Reverend Mother. I'm afraid you've been victimized by two men with bad manners. There's nothing you can do about it, and it's not your fault.
You're wrong, Colonel. There is something I can do about it. It's my can, and I'll carry it.